We are going to explain to you how to do Gaussian elimination. Now here's the problem. An inheritance of $12,000 was invested among three funds: a money market fund that paid 5% annually, municipal bonds that paid 6% annually, and mutual funds that paid 12% annually. The amount invested in mutual funds was $4,000 more than the amount invested in municipal bonds. The total interest earned during the first year was $1,128. How much was invested in each type of fund?
So we've listed out our information here on the board, and we now have to make three equations pertaining to the information. Our first equation is x plus y plus z equals 12,000. Each of these variables stems from one of our places that we put our money. And the next equation is z equals y plus 4,000, because of what the story prop told us is that the funds equal $4,000 more than the bonds. Our last equation is 0.05x plus 0.06x, or y plus 0.12z equals 1,120. This is the interest rates equaling the total amount of interest that we have earned.
Okay, now we're going to start trying to solve for the variables using Gaussian elimination. Now, to use Gaussian elimination, we have to take our first equation and move it down here. Then we have to take our second equation, which we're using this one, and put it below that, and we're going to add them. But first, we have to multiply our second equation by 100 so we have usable values to make the process easier. Making it 5x plus 6y plus 12z equals $112,000. So we put that below there. Then we add them.
Our initial equation was put on top, and then our second equation, which we set y over here, we put that here, and then we did addition.
Yeah, but
We added them together and we got our new second equation, which is right under our first equation over on the other side of the board next to Dakota. The top equation is our state equation, so we will not touch that, and that will remain the same. Then we will take the second, or this other equation that we multiplied by 100, we will put it down here, and then we are going to add together the top equation, but we need to have one coefficient that's the same. So we multiply the top equation by -5, and we combine those to get y plus 7z equals 52,000. That's our new third equation, and it's under the second one over there.
All right, now from here we're continuing along with Gaussian elimination. However, in this case, our variables and whatnot are much more simple. So in this case, we're going to first do our top equation and our second equation. Except with our second equation, we're going to multiply by -1, so that way we can remove the x variable. Now in this case, we're going to be left with y minus z equals -4,000. That's because 12,000 minus 16,000 is -4,000, and you get -z as well. Now in this case, we're also going to tack on our third equation right down at the bottom. And also we're going to multiply our top equation by -1, so that way we can cancel out our y values. In this case, we have, once you do the math here, you're going to end up with 8z equals $56,000. You can divide by 8, of course, and return a value of 7,000 for z. Now after this, you can then work in reverse and plug in variables, so that way you can get you can get y and x. So in this case, we're going to do y plus 7z. We're substituting z for 7,000, of course, equals 52,000. Once you multiply 7 by 7,000, you get y plus 49,000 equals 52,000, subtracting 49,000, of course, and you're returning a value of $3,000 for y. Now, to get the final equation, we'll just use our first initial equation, x plus y plus z equals $12,000, substituting 3,000 for y and 7,000 for z, and that returns a value of $2,000 for x. Now basically this means over here that we have $2,000 invested in our money market account at 5%, we have $3,000 invested in our bonds, our municipal bonds at 6%, and we have $7,000 invested in our funds at 12%. So hopefully this helps you understand Gaussian elimination, and hopefully this makes sense to you.